Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Divine Truth Tarot. I am super excited because today we have a gift from one of our amazing viewers. She's already sent me the Moonology deck, which I absolutely adore and have been using in all of my North Node readings. And now she sent us this amazing deck by Kyle Gray, Angels and Ancestors. So I've blessed the cards, I've looked through the cards, and I wanted to do a quick reading here to give you guys an introduction to this amazing deck that's full of magic and just incredible messages. So I'm hoping that this reading inspires you and instills hope, because I know how challenging it is right now. And I just wanted to point out and give you guys a little vulnerable snippet of what I've been going through. So I've shared a lot of my ascension symptoms, and I'm in training to be a clinical hypnotherapist. I'm working with one of the only state certified schools in my state, and it's a very intense program. I'll be able to do past life regressions as well as just many different variations of healing for you. So that's another layer to add to my offerings and my mission work. But I've been working in hypnotherapy. I've been actually working with a director and the creator of the school himself, who has over 25 years as a hypnotherapist, and he's very well respected in the community. And I'm working through some inner child wounds myself. So I'm going through my own dark night of the soul. So I just wanted to put that out there to let anyone who's struggling know that it's very normal to go through this on this road to, after you've met your mirror soul and your twin flame, to go through these dark nights of the soul. So it's not just the masculines, it's the feminines as well. And in fact, I've been in my masculine energy quite a lot for the past few months. So I'm working with him on uniting those energies. So I know Double Gem on our page mentioned she's been in masculine energy. And it's very normal right now to sort of, you might have walls up, and you may want to consider right now, feminines, really doing some deep diving work into your own healing, especially inner child work, because it will really benefit both you and your partner. Okay, so let's go into these cards and let's give them a couple shuffles here. They're a little stiff when you first get them, so we'll shuffle quite a bit. And then we're just going to ask, what does the collective need to know for their highest good? So Spirit, what does the collective need to know for their highest good? Now, these cards have been blessed to the north, south, east, and west in all cardinal directions. They've been blessed. I've touched each and every card. I've infused them with my energy. So we're going to just find out, what does the collective need to know? For anyone looking for a personal reading, I'll just, as a reminder, let you guys know that I'm booked through this week, but I do have spots available next week. I have about 6 spots available next week, and once they're gone, they're gone. I won't be taking any more readings. So if you guys are interested, please let me know, because I'll be booking up, and then I will be taking the next week off. So the week of the 27th, the last week of July, I'm on vacation, and I will not be taking any readings, any personal readings. And I will come back the following week and I will start taking readings again. So if you are wanting a reading, definitely let me know as soon as possible so that I can make sure that I can get you on the books as soon as possible. Okay. Let's find out, what does the collective need to know at this time, Spirit? What does the collective most need to know at this time? Hermit, retreat and recharge. So I actually have yet to really go through the book. I just got these cards maybe an hour ago, and I stopped what I was doing, and I was so excited to open them that I opened them and blessed them straight away. So of course, this is all about taking time to yourself, and like I was just stating, really working through any inner child wounds at this time, working through forgiveness always starting with yourself and then extending out into other people and other people in your life, but always beginning with oneself first, and finding the magic that exists within your own soul. This is about heart opening and vulnerability, which I know I've been struggling with myself. So if you feel like you're struggling with opening your heart or vulnerability, I can recommend holotropic breathing as a very, very powerful vessel in which to unleash your repressed or, emotions that have been stifled down for quite some time. So anything that's going to really get you centered and really get you looking inside, doing the internal work. Really, guys, the work right now is not in finding out what our counterpart is doing or why or with whom. That just serves to drive you crazy. And I saw a comment on my video that I did earlier today, and I responded to the person. You cannot blame your partner. If you're in that mindset of blaming them, it's either that it's not an actual twin flame and it's a karmic partner. If there's any sort of toxicity or abuse, that is not your divine partner. Or it's that you're not looking within and you're sort of projecting everything onto your divine partner. And because they're your mirror, they're just going to project it back to you. And they're going to force you to see your shortcomings and your nearsightedness and the wounds that you still have that perhaps you thought you had healed. So I urge, all divine feminines not to get on your high horse about pointing fingers to your masculine and saying, he or she needs to do this, he or she needs to do that. That's not what this connection is about. It's not a 3D connection. And unconditional love means that we release any and all expectations of what this person should do, how they should do it, when they should do it. And we hold space for them with healthy boundaries, but from a place of unconditional love. So we hold space for them to come back to us, to have that conversation, to offer their apologies when it's right for them. So I think that's just a really important message that I felt like needed to be heard, because I really don't tolerate bashing the divine masculines on my page. And that to me is the sign of somebody who has not yet fully looked within and is conditioned to sort of point fingers and blame other people when your own soul is screaming at you to be heard and to be seen and to be acknowledged. So the more we look outside of us, Spirit says, the less power we have, the more powerless we become. So look within right now, divine feminines. We have wise one, grow within your current situation. Beautiful. So we have owl, the seer, the night walker, and very intuitive animal indeed. The owl is very perceptive and can turn its head, I think, all the way around, if I'm not mistaken, 360 degrees. It's quite a feat to watch if you've ever had the pleasure of watching an owl do that. They are creatures of the night, and so this always speaks to me of the moon and intuition, but also of illusions, so be mindful of the illusions, divine feminine. And we have a raven here, what I believe to be a raven. So this is the energy of communication and the energy of message, the energy of magic and walking between worlds, walking between the spiritual world and the material world. So I think it's really these two energies together. It says, you're here, you're on this journey so that you can grow within your current situation. So many of us at times wish we could escape. And I know that I felt that way. Can I just get off this journey? Why did I sign up for this journey? It's painful. It's emotionally challenging. The physical symptoms and ascension. And why did we sign up to be a light worker, a starseed, and a twin flame all in one? It seems overwhelming. And I know at times this physical existence and this heaviness, this denseness of the 3D world, especially right now, this is an unsurpassed, unprecedented time for us as humans, spiritual beings in a human body. And so I understand the weight and the heaviness that is this life and this experience that we're all having together. But how can you grow? How can you create growth within this situation rather than attempting to escape, which of course is much easier. Much easier. I see. So we have the wise one represents the wisest aspect of the goddess, the crone. In paganism and modern Wicca, the crone is the fiercest, most psychic, and most aware aspect of the goddess because she has been through many of life's challenges and overcome many setbacks. On this card, the raven in her hands represents the capacity to overcome the darker times and be reborn again and again. So she helps you to tap into wisdom, to overcome whatever life throws at you. Wisdom being the information stored in your soul rather than the knowledge acquired in this lifetime, and to learn from the experience of your elders. You're being guided to continue working on your growth and expansion within your current situations. Be committed. It can be very easy to get bored or overwhelmed, but persevere. You're being reminded of how it feels to be let down and experience unreliability, and that is not who you were born to be. So keep working on what you're working on, because it's going to be extremely beneficial for you in the long run. So this is really about not being able to see what we want in the 3D and working towards the goal anyway, divine feminine. So saying, I don't see what I want to see or what I feel like I need to see in the 3D, so I can't trust the situation. And this says, look deeper. And you're being, our commitment and faith is being tested in this journey at this time quite deeply. So how faithful are you to your partner, and how faithful are you to your own soul, because they are your mirror soul. So Spirit, what else does the collective need to know at this time? The highest messages for the highest good and highest timeline. Direction Guardian, choose your path. So many pathways are opening up right now. Mercury has gone direct, and we've gone through eclipse season. We're walking into Lionsgate 8-8 coming up in just a few weeks. So we will have the energies here of being able to choose different pathways. And, we get to decide, what do I want to embody at this time, and which animal spirit will be walking with me and guiding my way, and which one of my ancestors will be assisting me on my journey. This is really talking about the freedom that maybe we've forgotten that we have on this journey to choose the experience that we wish to have next. So divine feminine, what do you wish to have next? What do you wish to be your next experience? And then bring that into your fruition, bring that into your reality and your 3D. Connect with your deepest desires, then choose the path that will make your heart and soul sing. So this is for those of you who feel like you're at a crossroads and you don't know what to do. This is the card that says the angels of the 4 directions are with you, and you can call on them for guidance. And I think it would be very helpful to look into doing ceremonies for the north, south, east, and west, and ask yourself, each of the directions represent different elements, right? So we have, let me look here. So we have east, angels of air, south, angels of fire, west, angels of water, and north, angels of earth. So you can connect with those energies and those angels, and really depending on where do you want to go next? What would you like to bring into fruition next? And remember that nothing is set in stone is what's coming through. There's nothing that's set in stone. Your path is an open pathway. And just because something hasn't happened yet doesn't mean it's not going to happen for you. And I think a lot of people are really struggling right now with feeling lost and feeling disenchanted or disheartened with this journey. So this is here to say that you have more power than you realize. Spirit, tell me more about Direction Guardian. Can you tell me more about Direction Guardian? Animal Guardian, trust your instincts. So when it comes to choosing your path, the divine says trust your instincts, and trust that there are animals who are going to present themselves on your journey that will light your path and assist you to get to the next part of your journey, the next leg of your journey. We have owl, we have fawn, we have jaguar, and we have crow, I believe. So trust that whatever animals if you're seeing any of those animals, this reading is absolutely for you. But if you're seeing any animals, just trust that, these are signs for you, that these animal spirits, these animal totems are here for you to help you learn more about yourself and to go deeper into your own magic. So this is all about the animal kingdom. So there are animals that are helping you on your journey, whether you have pets. I know that I've been very connected to my cats at this time, to feline energy, the Lyrian energy. And they, in fact, Charlie was just actually close by here, and I thought he was going to come up for the reading. He's been coming up in almost every single one of my private readings. He makes his presence known and he makes his energy available. So there is definitely love that we can tap into from the animal world and the animal kingdom, and allow this energy to comfort you. And remember that you have this instinctive animal with energy within you as well, divine feminine. So allow your own inner animal spirit to come out to play. You know, Jaguar is all about stealth energy and being able to fiercely go into the unknown, you know, fiercely, not afraid of the darkness, you know. And then we have this beautiful, gentle energy of the fawn, of the deer, that says, be curious and be playful and be inquisitive. The energy of the owl, you know, which says to be mindful and be aware and perceptive of your surroundings. And I'm just feeling like some of you, I've also, for instance, I've been seeing little baby frogs that have been born. There's been a lot of rain where I live, and there's all these baby frogs that are hopping around everywhere and around my house. And I just see that as this sign of prosperity. Frogs represent prosperity, and they represent buoyancy and being able to come back from any perceived setbacks or failures. So tap into what those animals, hi Charlie, what those animals mean for you. So let's get a card now for the, you want to come up? There's Charlie. I'm not surprised. So I'd like to pull a card for the divine feminine. Hi, beautiful baby. You making your presence known? It's a good boy. My shadow. My baby. Hi. I'm going to pull a card for the divine feminine and the divine masculine. How's my baby? Divine masculine, mirror guardian, take time to reflect. The divine masculine is starting to really reflect on his or her life, and they're starting to really understand what this twin flame journey is all about. Many divine masculines are awake to the connection and awake to the divinity that exists between the two of you. They're awake to the fact that this is a soul connection, that this is not something they can control, like they can control other aspects of their life. They're tapping into their feminine energy, as I've been tapping into. Now, as I said, I am a divine feminine, but I've been really tapped into the divine masculine energy lately, which is why I think I can give accurate readings, is because I really understand what they're going through. I've been going through some of it myself, you know, some of the ego death and dark night of the soul. And so I really, really believe that we've sort of switched energies, where a lot of the divine feminines are in masculine energy and a lot of the masculines are in this feminine energy of really looking within, and they're reflecting on their choices. They're reflecting on their paths. They're reflecting on who and what they are. And they may not necessarily like what they see at this time. So that's why a lot of them have taken a couple steps back to really sort of try to integrate this new energy and this new perception of who they are, so that they can understand on a deeper level what it means to be them, what it means to be a divine masculine, and what their duty is, what their responsibility is as this divine masculine. So that's what I see for the divine masculines. For the divine feminine, we have great teacher, learn from spiritual experiences. Divine feminine, you're being asked to rise up into your spiritual mission. You're being asked to maintain hope. This to me is a symbol of hope and peace. So you are the great energy of hope and peace, and you are here to deliver that to the world around you and to others. And I see this as the divine feminine really becoming a leader in his or her own right, rising up to really meet the expectations of this journey and of this mission work, and realizing that you have so much inherent power and wisdom within you that you can really call on the ancient sages, call on the ascended masters, call on the 4 cardinal directions and the Native American spirit and Native American magic and wisdom to really guide you, and know that you have so many teachers available on your path, but that also that you are a teacher in your own right. So let's tap into the union energies. Union energies. Can we have union energies, please? Shaolin Master, be graceful in movement and action. This is about mastering your movement. So you see those people who move so mindfully that they move with such grace, and it looks like they're dancing when they're walking with every step that they take, and they have such intention when they move. They move with peace. They move with grace. They do not move with anger. They do not move with rage. They do not move with shame or worry or fear or guilt. They have the ability, this is the ability to really move objects with your mind. So this to me speaks of both counterparts slowing down, being more mindful and intentional, and understanding the power that they have within them to really shift their reality. And this is a person here. You see him shifting his reality, holding this ball up in air, and it's just suspended, if you will, in air. And you have this grasshopper here. So I'm going to look at the book to see, because grasshopper energy, I feel like, does it talk about grasshopper? It doesn't really talk about grasshopper, but intuitively I would say grasshopper energy is the ability to move with agility and to, again, move with grace, and the ability to hold space is what I'm hearing also, to hold space for your surroundings, to understand that everything carries energy, including objects, including the air that we breathe. Everything is energy. Everything can be translated as energy. So really, we're just balls of energy walking around, colliding with one another. This is about breathing and flowing and really being gentle. It says the Shaolin Master calls forth the ninja within. Shaolin medicine is about learning to adapt to a situation and tap into the energy running through your body and preserve it in order to release it at the right moment. Not using too much force or too much energy. The Shaolin Master, like a monk, has respect for all things. You're being invited to remain graceful in your movement, choices, and actions. So both divine feminine and divine masculine are being asked not to move with fear, not to move from a place of anger or fear or expectation, but rather from a place of just inner power and inner control. And I don't mean control in this, in the negative sense, but control in the sense that you take responsibility for your actions and for your life. And then we have trader for union energy, exchange energy to create abundance. Beautiful. The twins are being asked for the divine feminine to really step back into her feminine nature, and for the divine masculine to really step up into his true abundant masculine nature. So both twins are being asked to really allow the other one in a little bit at this time, so that there can be an energy exchange, which will create more abundance within the connections and will create more unions. And I heard somebody, or I looked at a comment and somebody said, can anyone verify or vouch for what Sarah's saying about the unions? And yes, you can look at the comments, and I'm receiving emails every week, multiple emails a week, from people showing me letters or emails that the divine masculine has written and sharing that with me. So this is happening. Just because it hasn't happened yet doesn't mean it's not going to happen. So the momentum is being created, which will have a ripple effect throughout all the waves. And I do feel like the waves are going to sort of collide together at some point when we're all rowing our boats, and rowing our canoes together. And eventually the unions are just going to start happening, and it's going to be impossible. It's like a domino effect. It will be impossible to contain the energy, and the unions will just keep on happening. So keep the faith, have the faith, know that communication is coming in. But understand also that communication isn't the end all be all, because you could receive communication and it might not be what you want or what you're expecting. It may not move the connection forward. And, I experienced that disappointment myself a week ago, and that was a trigger, and that was a sort of mini tower moment for me within my connection. And it asked me to go, deeper within to really discover what is it that I was expecting and why was I expecting that, and can I release that, and can I let that go? Can I accept my counterpart where he is at this current time, and just accept it with grace and hold space for him as best as I know how, to keep the peace, and also respecting myself and still having my energetic boundaries. So I'm going to leave it there, Divine Feminine, but just know that communication in the 3D is not the end all be all. So if you haven't received it, please do not worry or fret. The masculine will move forward at the right time for you and your connection. And a lot of it is dependent on the work that we are doing. And the masculine is doing their work in the 3D. The feminine is doing his or her work in the 5D. Okay, so we're the healers of the connection right now, and we're being asked to hold space, and we're being asked to have those healthy boundaries, and we're being asked to truly understand that this is a higher love connection. Go and listen to that song, Higher Love. I can't think of who it's by, but you guys, Steve Winwood maybe? I think it's Steve Winwood. If you guys know, you can write it in the description box. But thank you so much, Dee, for this amazing deck. And everyone, give her some love. She's one of our soul sisters, Divine Feminines. Please give her some love. And thank you so much again for your generous gift. I will see you guys in the next video. And once again, if you guys are wanting a reading for next week, let me know, because it's first come, first serve. And I only have about 6 slots available. 6 slots, I can't talk, left. So let me know by emailing me. It's in the description box below. Have a beautiful night, and I'll see you guys in the next one.